All right, so here's a quick video. 991 Porsche and the center console. I got another video for how to remove this panel, but essentially you just need to break these tabs here, pry them open with a trim tool, something like this. You're going to stick it in this back edge here, stick it in, and then pry down. Okay. I happen obviously have a cabriolet, but it's the same process for a hardtop car. This will be in there. You pry along this back edge here, pry it down, and then it just comes right out. Reinstallation is the same. Okay, now the point of this video is how to install a power wire for a radar detector. This would be, pretty much any radar detector would be the same, right? Because they all have this RJ11 connector. This little cable that I have here I bought it for like 15 bucks for a 3-pack on Amazon. It's called like Islet, or one of them weird Chinese names. And it basically just came with 3 wires. Each one of them had a different style of blade connector on the end of the black and red wire. And they're so that you can back probe a connector. And so I used the very smallest, thinnest blade of the 3 choices that came in that little kit. And they did totally just back fit right in there. You can see that, right? So that's the left red, and then the next black wire are actually just back probed in there. Let's turn this around. So that's now looking at the Porsche wires. So the wires you want to plug into is there's a red with a black stripe. That's the power wire. The center cable is black, and that's your ground. And then there is a purple with a black trace, and that is power that's controlled by like the dimmer for your lights. So like if the lights, you open your door, lights come on, but after you close the door, start the car, those lights go off. So that's what the purple wire is. So you don't want to tap into that, because then you'd lose your power for the radar detector. Obviously, you're going down the road, you want that to be live. And so you're using the red with the black trace, and then the center cable, which is black. That's where you're tapping into here, just like what I've done. So I've back probed those. They fit in there pretty nice. But I'm going to then take a piece of electrical tape, and I will wrap it around the red wire. You see how there's a little bit of that contact. You can see there the silver, the metal. I want to insulate that so that black and red don't accidentally touch. I don't believe they would. They're in there, good enough. But I just want to be careful about that. Plus, as I kind of stick the black tape in between the red and the black, and I'll wrap it around the red first. But when I make that wrap, that's going to provide that isolation that I want. I'm going to go ahead and wrap the rest of the tape around the red and black together to kind of like connect them, or tie them to the other factory Porsche wires there. So that way they all stay snug and nobody wiggles out of spot or anything like that. And I've also, you see here, I put a black zip tie on the 2 cables, also connecting them together. The zip tie comes in the kit, so I use that. And then you'll notice up inside this inside this cavity here, it's just a spot you can kind of push your finger through and route that cable. I routed this end of the wires, from the windshield side up through, and then came down through the opening. It was easier to go that way rather than trying to fish this larger connector through. So I just kind of wires end up. But yeah, if you put your fingers like up in here, you can kind of feel the opening. In fact, you can kind of see the end of my finger there, right there. See that? So it just pushes right through there real easy. You don't need to make a hole or anything. But anyway, that's how you hook up a power wire for the sake of having a radar connector.